Hello race fans, sim fans, RC fans, Racing 393. Now, I've got an idea what I might try today. Now, as you can see before you, I've got one of the probably the most iconic racetracks in the world, in my opinion. Not the most iconic, but probably amongst definitely the top five, definitely, considering the history of this circuit. If you don't know what it is, this is the Assen TT Tourist Trophy track. It's in Assen in Netherlands, and it's probably most famous for motorbike racing throughout the years. They have done various other formulas there, for car formulas. They've done things like, I'm just looking at some information here. They used to do the European. Well, I've got here. What's that called here? I can't even read it now. Endurance Championship for motorbikes. They did the German touring cars. They do the Super League Formula. The Champ cars were here actually in 2007. The British Superbikes go round here. Motocross World Championships, Supercar Challenge, and Boss GP. So this track dates back to 1926 in its original format, but it had a great big update, if you like a download, a complete update actually in 1955, and it was completely rebuilt. The original track was mainly street circuit, and the new track, as you see here, which has taken a few alterations over the years at various corners where they expanded the pits and things like that, but the track as you see before you is pretty much how it is now. Still partly there is a part of it which still is kind of street track-esque, but the whole track now is a closed complex, so it doesn't actually have any resemblance to street racing as such. It's not used. The track used to be used when it wasn't being used as a racetrack, as a road for any cars and what have you. But so it's not. The reason I've chosen this track is just two reasons. I don't really know it that well, which is one. I haven't really been on it. Certainly not in a four-wheel way, so in a car. I've done it on some MotoGP games in the past, but not that often. But there is now a new track in Raceroom, which is the Dutch TT track, and I'm going to try that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go around it, do a couple of laps in Raceroom, and then I'm going to try some more laps in a MotoGP game. It will be MotoGP 21. So I'm just going to compare like for like. One is, how does a car feel going around there, and how different does it feel in a bike? Now, I don't know this track, so I'm going to have to do a few laps, maybe off camera, to get used to it. But anyhow, this is going to be quite interesting because cars and bikes are completely different when it comes to going around any track, and you start to learn different lines, which is interesting to say the least. So if you'd like to sit back, and I'm going to hop into Raceroom, and so here we are. We're in a C-Class AMG Mercedes 2006 or something like that, I think. It's kind of a car that probably would have driven around this circuit back in the day. And looking at who we got here, quite a few famous people. But I'm going to actually pick Jamie Green only because his brother Nigel Green. Well, I don't know if you haven't seen him for a while actually, but used to do Brisker Formula 1, so the family's a little bit, I would say, closer to my roots in racing than the other guys out there. So we're going to select Jamie. Now, I don't want any opponents around there really, because I just want to take the car around the track. I've actually selected the TT Circuit Assen, the motorcycle course, which is ever so slightly, from my understanding, slightly shorter by a few meters than the sort of the circuit that would have been used by the cars. We've got, I'll do it in the morning, full damage, tyre wear on, fuel usage on. The time multiplier just 1 times, so that can get, you know, if the weather, the sun changes or something like that, it will show up. Right, let's load the track up. I've never been round this track in this game, obviously, because it hasn't been out, and I haven't been round this track, I don't know, probably since MotoGP, well, saying that I bought it ages ago, MotoGP 19 or 18 I think I bought. I have been on that game recently, as it were, but not on this track.
Pit lane speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour.
So the pit limiter's on. I think I've got to just adjust a few things. I think we're okay now. So I don't know this track at all. I'm doing it from memory, from the map. It's quite a fast flowing track. I'll use my sequential gearbox. This one should go left and then... I think, is this a long right-hander? Don't know. We'll try it. So you go out wide. Yeah, it's the long right-hander. The bubble bit at the end. So that's probably flat out. That'll be flat out until this bit. In fact, it probably all, that last little bit is probably all flat out. This is towards the end of the lap. There's the pits. So this chicane at the end. I don't really know it that well. So I'm trying to memorise the track as I'm going round. Whoa. That there's a lot tighter than I thought. So this part should be pretty much, I've said, flat out. We'll see. In a car anyway. Wrong line there, but it is fast. There's no way. Right. I'm just going to alter some bit more of the car. So back in the pits, I've just done a few tweaks to the force feedback, make it a little bit stronger. Difficult corner. That one. Probably a better line will help. Right, let's see if we can get around this track. I've only literally done 3 or 4 laps. I kind of remember a little bit of it now.
Okay, Dean, you need to watch the track limits.
looking around. My dial's not where I'm going. That's a tighter corner than I realise. Tyres are warming up. Really got faster around there, I reckon. Got to trust the car, trust the curbs. Right. That was better. Well, that wasn't, no. Right, let's give it a go. Another lap. Tightens up here. Probably not the best line, to be honest. Definitely not the best line. So here we are, another lap. Let's see if we can get round this time. We've got some grip and heat in the tyres. Lovely flowing track. Not to overdrive it on these corners. Pretty sure it should be wider there. Maybe a bit too wide. Coming out of that bend. Almost overdrove that one then. Still trying to learn some of these lines. But at least we're getting to the limit of the car now, or at me. Nice. That's better.
That lap was at 1:38.16. That's your fastest lap today.
I hate to think what it's going to be like on a bike. We're a second down. But there was a corner back there I didn't really take that well. Right, we'll do one more lap. I feel fairly confident now.
That lap was at 1:40.15. You're now 2.0 seconds off your best. Sector 1 is 1.3 off your best. Sector 2 is 0.45, slower than your best. Sector 3 is 0.2 off your best.
I've got to get that line sorted out. That's not brilliant there.
Your left side tyres are carrying minor wear.
Just trying to get on the power early. smoothly. Not a bad lap so far.
Sector 2 time is good.
Nearly.
You've just done a 137.74. That's your best lap in this session.
So just starting the lap. It's just trying to keep as much momentum and use the curbs. The track actually invites you to use these curbs. The first few bends, the first one's a bit tighter, the second one is not so, and then this bit here I found quite tricky. That's the infield. I'm going to really struggle with a bike around there, so I can't get the line right in a car, and I would say I'm fairly used to a car. So another fast part of the course here. Fast out, just trying to sort of make the lines as straight as possible, like you do at any racetrack. This one's always a bit, this left-hander caught me out loads of times. No doubt the bike I'll be off. The last part of the circuit is actually very, very good. Very flowing up to the sort of the chicane, which I nearly spun. Just trying to carry as much speed into the last part of this. There's a left-hander coming up, which is about here. And then on the power again, which is a nice line that was. Oh, nearly. So that's that. So that there was a lap of Assen in a 2005-2006 DTM. So what we're going to do now is we're going to load up MotoGP 21. I'll have to assign a controller. So for me, it's going to probably be hours, but for you, it will be I'll see you on track. So here we are in MotoGP 21. And we're going to go around Assen again, but this time on the bike. Now I've chosen Kevin Schwantz 93, I think, only because this is sort of the era, the 500cc two-stroke, when I used to avidly watch 500cc bike racing. It was actually because it was probably more accessible on the TV back then. It was kind of on normal channel and live as well. I remember it being on Eurosport. So yeah, it was very competitive. I mean, it kind of still is, but there was just something about the 500cc era, and more importantly, I actually preferred the 250s. I seem to recall the 250s being on green number plates, which matched at the time when I was racing 100 national karts. They were on green as well. There's no resemblance about anything there. It's just how I remember it. And the 500cc bikes, I want to say that they're on yellow number plates. So going back to this particular rendition of the Kevin Schwantz's Suzuki, I don't know if it's, I can't remember enough about it. So I know it was Lucky Strike. It used to be, didn't it? So I don't think they might not have the licensing for Lucky Strike. But anyway, we're going to take this we're going to take this bike around Assen TT. I've done a few laps in a 250, a modern bike. So I haven't bowed that very well. I mean, Having said that, this picture, it looks amazing. I like the detail on this. It's very R Factor 2-esque with the detailing there. So, but this is again 500cc. We'll select old Kevin there. It's got Team Suzuki. We'll assume Lucky Strike. And we've got. I can show you what I'm going to use here because I've got everything off. You name it. Manual. Well, it doesn't really affect me, that one. Everything's disabled. So it is what it is. Full sim attack. Yeah, I've done a few laps on a 250. And I could barely get round without crashing. I mean, the laps I did in Raceroom helped tremendously on understanding the layout of this track. But as a bike, and the camera view is the swingman view. So I'll take an out lap. Don't expect lap times or lines to be correct. This is the corner I was getting wrong with the car. It's very tight, this one. I still get my head round the lines. It's not the bike. It's kind of my head. No. The bike and the car are fairly similar. Actually, it's 2006 when the car, I think. Well, they're close-ish, I suppose. You've got to turn in a lot earlier with the bike, as there's something my brain doesn't do. Like that, it's just... tremendously fast, so it feels fast. Like that. Just don't turn in early enough. That's the problem. I reckon I'd be quicker than that car if I could get round. But you can see the lines are completely different. When I get them right, that is. Oh well. The purpose of this, really, was to see the difference, really, between a car and a bike. I am using semi-automatic gears at the moment, but I can change gears myself. Completely wrong line now. I just could not get back over. We'll try another lap. A lot of coasting. No! Just running too wide. I believe I'm only using the rear brake as well. Oh no, sorry, the front brake. God, it just wants to kick me off the bike, doesn't it? Can't do that corner there, but I love my money there. They're really tight on the track limits in the game. Ooh, you can't even go on the throttle when you're turning like that. Oh my life. Right, we'll try one more lap. Oop. If I don't crash, we'll kill myself. So it's not going to be a fast lap. I just want a lap, but it doesn't mean so I don't crash. Made it that time. No way. No way. I feel that going wrong as I went into that corner. Up to there wasn't too bad. We've not even broken the 2-minute mark yet. No way, no way, no way. So we're coming down to the start-finish line. So we're going to try a nice clean lap. Right, let's try and do a nice clean lap now, shall we? Fantastic rendition of the track. Got a bit snaky then. Nearly. Wrong line. The car, this bit of the track's really fast. If I could ride a bike, it'll be quicker. Right, final lap. And we're going to get off now, because otherwise I don't think we're ever going to complete a clean lap. I have done a 1:58.8, but that was disallowed because I went over the curbs. Right, I'm going to try once more. It's quite addictive. Even though it's a dirty lap, we'll see what we can do. That's the one where the car kept going off there. Nope. There we go. So, well, the whole purpose of that was to determine not how rubbish I was on a bike, but the difference in riding a bike around Assen as opposed to driving a car around Assen. Both, the track accommodated both over the years. In reality, bike is much harder than the car. The car did a 130 something, 37 or something, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure the bike in this game and me now would probably get around there quicker if I could stay on the track. That's the beauty of a bike game like this, I think. For me personally, it just gives you something to aim for, to get better at, but it transpires that the tracks in both games, I mean, I didn't really notice a lot of difference. I must admit, they're both the bike configuration, and in Raceroom, don't know if that's scanned or laser scanned. This one, I'm not sure if these are laser scanned actually, I've not looked it up. But there must be some data that are using on both. And they're very accurate for comparing each other. From Raceroom, which is a newly released track, to this, which is last year's title. I don't often buy motorbike games because they're fairly similar throughout. But because I hadn't bought one for a while, and I mainly buy them on the console, so I don't think I owned a bike game on PC for ages. So it transpires that I can't ride a bike nowhere near as quick as I can drive a car, but the purpose was the bike lines are completely different to a car line around the circuit. The track representation in both games is top notch, and driving the car around the track in Raceroom enabled me to learn the track somewhat to get the bike round there. I wouldn't say nowhere near as quick as I should, and I know I kept going off, but I wouldn't have been able to do that unless I'd done the car personally. So anyway, that was just a little bit of a fun, something to do, something to compare, completely different, chalk and cheese, that kind of thing, but very similar in other aspects. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you on the next time. Bye for now.